If I may just talk to you a little bit about your health physically, it's very important that we take care of our bodies. Our bodies, we only have one body, and our health can change, um, really in a moment, in a second. You never know what the next day brings, and let alone day, but let alone the next second, the next minute. Because you can have a heart attack, you can have a stroke, you can be stricken with cancer, heart disease, diabetes, hypertension. The list goes on. So if you don't take care of your health, then who will? You know, with that being said, you guys, many of you know my story. Many of you know that, when I was 27 years old, I had an aneurysm, almost died, and I thought I was in the best shape of my life, was physically fit, active, exercising, going to the gym, athletic sports, just everything. But my diet was poor. I had a bad diet. My diet consisted of high sodium foods, just really just not the best diet that one should be that one should indulge in. So with that being said, you can be physically fit all day long, but if your diet is not healthy, is not well, then that is a big risk to yourself, because you don't know what your blood vessels are doing. You don't know how your arteries look. You don't know what your A1C or what your hyperglycemic index, if I'm saying it right, is. And with that being said, I had aneurysm in my brain. Did not know that I had aneurysm. Because these are hidden dangers like cancer. They feed on just bad diet like sugar, insulin. They feed on these things like this. And I'm by no means a dietitian. I'm by no means a professional in anything what I'm seeing. I'm just sharing to you what I know from experience. So with that being said, one of the reasons why I focus so much on my health, I've slacked off a little bit, and I know that I need to get back into it more, but I'm still dedicated to my physical health. I still have to make sure that I consume my green smoothies. I still have to make sure that I am physically fit, physically active, to the point where I'm doing something every day, in several hours a day, working 5 to 6 days a week, every week, 52 weeks a year. And it's for multiple reasons, but for the reason primary of, of course, cost of living and whatnot, but physical fitness, physical health, being active. For me with AS, adult spasticity, I have to stay active, because the longer that I sit down for long periods of time, like on a flight or like at a movie, or just, just doing something, even sleeping, getting out of the bed in the morning, it kind of takes me a minute to kind of get going. And I'm I'll be 46 this year, the Lord willing. And with that being said, we're not getting any younger. And I do feel changes in my body. I do see changes in my body that are occurring. And again, you get one body, you get one life. And no one knows how long they're going to be here on this planet. So why not take care of yourself? Why not be mindful of what you consume in your body? Why not be mindful of how you spend your energy? Why not be mindful of how much exercise you get? Even if it's just walking in the park, even if it's just walking to the grocery store, park in the back of the parking lot. That's what I do. I very rarely park. I have a handicap placard because I'm disabled. Many of my friends would tell you that I don't use it. My parents are saying that I don't use it. But I have it just in case I might need it, and for very, very, very rare occasions will I ever use it. But only because I want to do what I can do, when I can do it, and how I can do it, as long as I can do it. Just this past 2 weeks ago when I was in the airport, going to Orlando, Dr. Blunt that was with me, we were at, what was it? Charlotte. Excuse me, we flew into Charlotte. And, Charlotte's a pretty good size. It's not a big airport, but it's not a small one either. It's kind of like almost in between. It's big enough to where it took us almost 30 minutes to make it from terminal to terminal. So, and we're walking, speed walking, and we have luggage, I have 2 carry-on bags. Dr. Blunt has 2 carry-on bags. So we're walking. And again, I have AS, I'm disabled on my left-hand side, so I do walk with a limp. I do have I'm not the best walker, but I can walk. I can keep a stride. So he was saying, he had made a comment to where he was like, "Do you want an assistance? As to get from point A to point B." And he's not the only one. My parents say it too. My parents would be like, you need to get a wheelchair. And I'm like, Mama or Dave or Dad or under, I don't need it. If I need it, I'll get it. But as long as I can do what I can do, I'm gonna do it. Going through Atlanta a couple years ago, Atlanta airport, I pretty much walked. Man, that was crazy. And that was rough. That was a Christmas of 25, I think. That was rough. But again, all that being said, when I sit for long periods of time and I walk in the airport, or long distances at work, getting the steps in at work, you have to pace yourself, one thing. But also, I have to stay active. Because if I'm not staying active, then my muscles are getting stiff, my bones are getting stiff, and that comes naturally with age. But with me, it's like I experience it more because my muscles on my wrist and hand and leg, I see my hand, my wrist. I don't have my brace on right now. I was gonna put it on, but even with Botox, it relaxes my fingers to where they're not as a fist. My hand was like this, but see how my fingers are relaxed. But my wrist is kind of, but that's where I have to wear that's where I have to wear the splint. But my leg, I can walk on my leg with no assistance. I have a Bioness device that I use from time to time that helps with my walking and makes walking easier. Along with Botox, it makes it easier. But again, with that being said, I have to make sure that I stay physically fit and physically active in order for me to have a better quality of life. And backing up to what I'm saying about my green smoothies. Why do I do my green smoothies? Because one, it's for my physical health. Two, it's filling and I actually enjoy it. Different recipes here that I have created, different recipes here and there, they are, kind of hit and miss, but I don't drink it. I don't eat it for just the taste, because I can eat something that would taste good and not be good for me. But this doesn't necessarily taste the best, but it tastes okay. And there are times where I actually enjoy it. It's actually nourishing. It's actually, I actually enjoy it. The consumption of it satisfies my body. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to say in this video. I'm at 7 minutes already, and I don't want to keep y'all too long. But if you're watching it, thank you for watching it. If you're subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Share this video. Like this video. Comment. Give me feedback, because I want to grow too. There's many things that I don't know. I don't know much of anything, but what I do know, I do want to share with you. So for this little video right here was partly about why I do green smoothies and why I try to be more mindful of my health. So thank you again. God bless you, and until next time.